Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So as we all know, the Memphis Grizzlies was just eliminated from getting into the playoffs by the Portland Trail Blazers. But if you ask me, if you are a fan of this team, you have nothing to really be upset about because they, in my opinion, have one of the brightest futures in the entire league. Like, I'm talking about potential dynasty mode, guys. I really do believe that because John Morant, only 20 years of age. You got Jaren Jackson, only 20. Brandon Clark, only 23. Like, this team has so much talent on it for being essentially, believe they are the youngest team in the entire league. So for today's video, we are going to be rebuilding the Memphis Grizzlies, going into the offseason. A big time rumor I was actually hearing about was them trying to trade for a first round lottery draft pick to try to draft James Wiseman out of Memphis, of course. Just because like they feel like maybe like a Jonas Valanciunas, who is extremely talented, does not really like fit in with what this team's doing. And he's going to be on he's got like what, 2 years left on his contract, a pretty good deal out there, definitely a guy that could help out a contender, which is not quite the Memphis Grizzlies quite yet. So you might as well trade him away and try to get some assets in return. But, the idea of getting James Wiseman, who is an extremely athletic 7'1" player, is that he would fit in nicely with not only the rebuild. Is it really even a rebuild anymore? It's just kind of like a continuation of the build, man. Like, let's say you build like a bitch-ass bridge or something like that. Like, you are near the end, but you're still building it. You're not quite there yet. I would definitely not drive the car over it yet. But yeah, James Wiseman fits in with exactly what they're doing. The guy can knock down the mid-range shot, extremely athletic, would be great, opposite of a Jaren Jackson Jr. or even like a Brandon Clark in the lineup. So it should be interesting, man. So before we get going on this video, though, I need to ask you guys to drop that like. 1,000 likes is always the goal, and of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel here, guys. Also, man, elephant in the room is that, obviously this video is not highly edited like my last rebuild was. I kind of had mixed signals about it. Some people really liked it, some people did not like it at all. And I guess my mindset is that I don't want to be like glued to any certain style. Like, there's every once in a while, if I feel like editing a video like that, I'm going to, but at the same time, I like to just sit here and talk about basketball. And the thing about doing it that way is that, it's more about like the jokes and stuff like that, as opposed to this is more about the basketball, which I think is the biggest reason why a lot of you guys are here, man. So yeah, like I said, man, the best way to support the channel is to hit that like button. So, that allows me to know no matter what I upload, you guys are going to enjoy it. And, that just, essentially really makes my day, man. So thank you all so much for that. But yeah, so we are going to go to the trade finder first. Now, if the trade that we're looking for is not here, then obviously we are going to have to try to build our own trade. I believe the Detroit Pistons with this lottery, they do have the first overall pick. So that is the team we are going to have to trade with, of course. Now, we could try to also trade for the second round pick. I believe the Knicks have that. And, try to trade for Wiseman that way. Because what we could do is we try trading for the second pick. Then if they do draft trade James Wiseman, we can use that second pick as a way to maybe finagle a new trade to get the guy we want, man, and without having to give up as many assets. So we might go that route if we can't find the trade here. But, they want Jaren Jackson, John Morant, Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Clark. Yeah, I'm not doing any of those trades because those are all big parts of the team, right? So let's go to propose a trade first. See if we can find the trade we're looking for. It might be pretty damn difficult, but yeah, so I don't want to do Derrick Rose. I mean, I'll take Derrick Rose. He actually be a solid fit, a good mentor for John Morant, by the way, too. Want to go to the picks. Okay, so here we go. We got first pick. So we got to give up Jonas Valanciunas. I feel like, we would probably have to give up Dylan Brooks. I'm going to try not to. Like, I would give up Tyus Jones. I will give up our next year's first round pick. I would actually give up 2 first round picks, guys, to get this done, because I feel like at that point our team would just be strong top to bottom, outside of maybe get some veterans and stuff where like we don't really need those picks in the future because like we have our core, right? So let's see if this is enough right here. Might actually have to take on another guy too, just to like make the salary work. Got Richardson's available. Apparently he was traded for in the rebuild, so you know what? I would actually take the hell out of Josh Richardson. Yeah, man. Here we go. Is this enough to get it? And you're asking for way too much. Okay, so what if I take away Josh Richardson and just do this trade? Hey, there we go, man. Hey, we didn't get Josh Richardson out of it, but that is completely fine. So the trade was first round pick for Jonas Valanciunas, Tyus Jones, and 2 first round picks. Like I said, picks that are not going to be nearly as valuable as number 1 because I believe we're going to be a playoff team for the rest of the video. So, yeah, that's, to me, a good trade. So 2 non-lottery picks and Jonas Valanciunas, Tyus Jones for the first round pick. Perfect, man. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so staff signing. We do have no head coach currently. So we got to get ourselves a head coach out here. You know, I mean, like I said, I hate that, like, how, like, made up the coaches are on here sometimes. It just, like, really annoys me. You know what, man? We got Jason Kidd, one of the smartest, most intelligent, high basketball IQ players to ever play. I mean, that's perfect with John Morant, guys. I've always liked Jason Kidd. I know maybe he's not like the greatest coach out there, but I've always liked him personally. He's always definitely one of my favorite point guards of all time. So we'll get him. Our trainer, we got a B trainer. We're good with that. No big time complaints right there. So let's go to this NBA draft and get James Wiseman, guys, to hopefully, complete this rebuild. And at that point, it's just about developing chemistry, just getting through seasons together, different moments. Maybe get knocked down in game 7 in the second round, or maybe, getting to the conference finals, getting upset, man. But ultimately, learning together and growing so one day you can win an NBA championship. So here we go with the first pick in the 2020 NBA draft. The Memphis Grizzlies select Anthony Edwards. No, I'm just joking. Although, I mean, Anthony Edwards at the 2. Maybe you put Dylan Brooks at the 3. It could definitely work, man. No, we're doing James Wiseman. I just think it's the best fit in this case for this specific team. So here we go, guys. We also have a second round draft pick. So we are going to go with, we did trade away Tyus Jones, so we kind of do need like a backup point guard now. I don't think we're going to find exactly who we want, here. But let's go with Lewis Gibbs. Here we go. Maybe he's a three-point specialist. All right, maybe he can play nicely for this team. Probably not going to be the backup point guard for this season, but yeah, definitely somebody maybe we can start building around and stuff, or like building up, I should say. So we got James. We also got Lewis, who is a 70 overall. Get both those guys on the team. 2-player options. Marco Guduric, who is a 3-point, I guess it's a 3-level scorer in general, 6'6". We'll bring him back. Might be a good trade piece. D'Anthony Melton, definitely want to bring this guy's back. This guy is like literally like damn Tony Allen with a 3-point shot, man. Like his defense is fantastic. So hopefully we get him back too. And we actually got some money to work with out here, guys. So let's make sure there's no we don't have any bird rights on anybody. So we should be able to just sign players in theory. So we need a backup point guard. Fred VanVleet's great. I don't think he would leave the Toronto Raptors to back up John Morant on the Memphis Grizzlies. You got Reggie Jackson, Shabazz, shooting guards. Some really nice players available. We got Derrick Jones, Gallinari, Montrezl Harrell, of course. The thing is, though, is we do want to save salary cap for when a lot of these other guys, need their paydays and stuff. So I think I'm gonna go with the backup point guard. I think for this season, like I said, I don't want to tie up too much money. So I would be cool with Goran Dragic as a backup. I mean, 34, 82 overall player. I think he's definitely the best backup point guard we're seeing here because Fred VanVleet, in my opinion, is a starter. So, yeah, we'll be a 1-year contract. We'll give him a nice little payday. Give him the $20 million and get him on the team. Do have to get rid of Anthony Tolliver, who was the starting power forward against the Portland Trailblazers. Maybe that was the issue. No, I love Tolliver, guys. The Tolliver effect. He was on the Detroit Pistons for a bit. So, we'll get him. Let's also get out of the moratorium period. And we're going to go ahead and try to get Melton back on the team, assuming he is available for us to get. And, okay, we might want too much money or something, man. Or maybe he was signed by a different team. I don't know. Here we go. So he is restricted. So, yeah, we're going to give him his payday, though. 2 years, $9 million a season for a guy that brings phenomenal defense. Definitely want to get him signed up. So there we go. And Jaren Jackson's back, so Brandon Clark can be a backup for us. For a center, I'll get a Norval Pell. I mean, like I said, not gonna do too much for us out there, but just what you're gonna get from a Norval Powell. Right? Like he's not really gonna play a lot, but when he does, he'll grab a few rebounds, and that's about it, guys. But no, man, the team should be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and do my training camps, and we are gonna simulate to the beginning of the regular season. Okay, so here is the starting 5 going into the beginning of the regular season. At point guard, we do got John Morant. I decided to go with Anthony Melton at the 2. Like I said, man, I absolutely love this guy's defense, and he's not a total liability offensively, as opposed to maybe Tony Allen was back in the day. But Tony Allen, what he didn't do on offense, he totally made up for on defense. But I just feel like it was the right moment to start him. He is only 6'2", but like I said, man, he plays like he's about 7'2" out there, right? And we do have Dylan Brooks shifting over to the small forward position, Jaren Jackson at the 4, James Wiseman at the 5. Now, but for the bench unit, we got Brandon Clark, of course, playing the 6th man on this team. Goran Dragic, backup point guard, about 20 minutes per game. We do have Justice Winslow. Now, we very well eventually could switch back to maybe D'Anthony coming off the bench, and then Justice going to that 3 spot. But like I said, man, Justice, he has to learn this team and everything, learn the system. So for now, he's going to be a backup player. And then we got Kyle Anderson, who I actually shifted to the power forward position. He's 6'8". Like I said, man, just what he can do. He's a little bit of a slower player, but he's very smart. And I definitely wanted to give him some playing time out there. So that is going to be our 9-man rotation. Like I said, Clark is going to probably play a lot of backup center also. Not to mention you go with Clark at the 4 and then shift Jaren Jackson over to the 5 spot at times. So we do have some backup centers, but they're not really going to play unless absolutely needed. So yeah, guys, I absolutely love this team. This team looks really good to me. I think it's definitely going to be a playoff team this season. We have a 3.5 star pace and space system. So I'm going to go ahead, simulate this NBA season. We're going to see just how good this new look Memphis Grizzlies team can do. Okay, guys, so a record of 50-31, and I totally do see the Memphis Grizzlies making that big of a jump, going into next season. Guys like Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant, both those guys will be putting in this work this offseason, man. Like, guarantee those guys are both going to be playing off the charts. So simulate through date against the San Antonio Spurs and finish with a W on the season. We got LeBron James. Damn, bro. He got to be about 97 by now. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, still putting up those big-time numbers. And there we have it. James Wiseman, Rookie of the Year, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks per game. Like I was saying, man, like, when it comes down to him, I mean, maybe he doesn't fit in, like, exactly, like, the new age NBA with, like, the whole, like, small ball center thing and stuff like that. But I still think he's going to be a hell of a player. Definitely could be like at least like a DeAndre Ayton type, so it should be interesting, guys. But I feel like he worked out pretty damn nicely with this team. So we got All NBA first, All NBA second, with Ja Morant making that, and All NBA third. There we have it. All right, things are looking really good. We are the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. Let's go these player stats on the season real quick here. And we got Ja Morant, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, instantly making himself a top, really, that's like top 3 point guard numbers, guys. Probably top 5 point guard in this case, though. We got Jaren Jackson, return from injury at 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks per game. Definitely can't complain about that. We know James Wiseman's rookie numbers. Dylan Brooks, I mean, as like the 4th option on this team. Can't ask for much better than that. If he can get up to like 2 steals per game, that's going to be elite, though. We got Brandon Clark, as a 6-man, definitely making a run for that 6-man of the year. He's going to be doing that till the day he retires. Goran Dragic, 10 points, 4 rebounds, probably not worth $20 million, but that's why it was only for 1 season. We were good at pretty much essentially every position I wanted to be good at, so I didn't mind, a little bit of an overpay, guys, which we are actually going to have that opportunity again, because all these guys, I guess Clark, I think he might have like a team option, though, but for the most part, these guys don't get their payday quite yet, so we can probably do another one of those 1-year deals. Melton was, damn, bro, he was fantastic. 8 points, 6 rebounds at 6'2", guys. 8 assists? Damn! 2 steals per game, bro. I'm a big-time fan. This guy's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get him on the Detroit Pistons. No, you guys can keep your player. But no, man, Kyle Anderson, actually didn't do like as well at power forward as I thought he would. I mean, he did okay. Winslow was nice in his first season with the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, first round, Dallas Mavericks. Simulate round right here. See how this goes. Are we gonna move on to the second round? And there you have it, man. We just beat Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. We literally went from team. Oh shoot. Aw, shit, here we go again, man. Yo, what game is that from us? San Andreas, isn't it? Anyway, closeout game, 34, 6-6 for Ja Morant, 25 for Jaren Jackson, 25 for Goran. Big time double-double game for James Wiseman. Okay, Luka dropped at 34, but essentially it was not enough here, man. All right, here we go. Can we get past Dame Dallas? Simulate round right here, guys. And yes, we do. Hey, that's improvement, man. That is improvement. The fact that we just beat these 2 really tough teams, I don't see why we couldn't win the whole damn thing next season, guys. I don't see why we couldn't win the whole damn thing. Oh, wait. Definitely don't want to do a game right now. Okay. No, we got closeout game, 25 for Damian Lillard. We got 21, 2, and 9 for Ja Morant, 21 for Jaren Jackson. And Goran just, proving to be a big-time asset for this team at the age of 34. Here we go. Clippers. Simulate round right here, guys. How's this going to go? And, well, that's kind of what I was saying, before we started the season, was that the Memphis Grizzlies, they're going to go through some growing pains out there. Like I said, man, the bridge is not built overnight. I still would not drive cars over, man. But, you might be able to drive really fast and maybe like ramp over it. You might go into the river, though. Is it worth taking that chance? I don't know if that analogy makes sense or not, guys. But, yeah, we lost this game 137-113. Defense wasn't quite there. Kawhi absolutely destroyed us. Still got Paul George on the team. So, the fact that this young team got to the Western Conference Finals, hey, that's good for me, man. We got another offseason, really tinker with this roster even more. They'll see what more we can do with it. Draft lottery, not going to worry about that because, like I said, we don't have any draft picks anymore. We traded them to move up in last year's draft, which I still think was totally worth it. But let's go straight to the rookie signings. Might have like a 2nd-round pick. Not that I care too much about it, to be honest. Yeah, I don't want Eldon Erickson or Richard Justice. I already got Justice Winslow. We got team player options. So, Ja back. Jaren back, Brandon back. We have an option on Justice Winslow for $13 million. Definitely going to extend that his way. Grayson Allen, like, not going to lie, like, his hustle was pretty nice. I don't really see myself using him, though. I don't really have a place for him in the rotation. Well, can he play backup point guard? Not really. You know what? It's only $4 million. I'll give it to him. Who knows? He'll be there for situational plays and stuff, man. Okay, free agency. It's only 1 year anyway. So, moratorium period. Do we have any rights on anybody that we got to look at? Dieng? Dieng can kind of go at this point, man. Okay, so we can't lock up into too much money again because we got a lot of, paydays being due next season and stuff. But we still have an opportunity to maybe improve our roster in some different aspects out there. We were looking at maybe the backup point guard position. So, honestly, man, we were in the Western Conference Finals. I would love to bring Derrick Rose on this team as a backup point guard, right? So... yeah, he went to Memphis also. Yes, right. He went to Memphis for college. So, man, going full circle. So, that would actually be really cool to see. It's going to be a 1 year deal again. Like I said, I'm not giving him no big-time deal, but I'm going to give him a lot of money. Like, the free agency money is for you, Derrick Rose, to be our backup point guard. Goran Dragic will no longer be on the team. So, yeah, we got to let go of some guys, but that's completely fine. I think it's worth it. I think that deal is definitely worth it for 1 season. Give the man his payday. Maybe he's only 32, so he can really, even like if we have money freed up next year, we can still bring it back if we want to. But we got D-Rose signed up. And outside of that, man, we got some good players available. But once again, we are so set on our roster that it's not really needed. I guess I would bring maybe like a Belitza on the team for a season. Just because... well, like we got Kyle Anderson there, but he was okay for us. He was okay. Let's get him signed up, though. It's only for 1 year. You're just to have like a stretch big off the bench as opposed to having like a Kyle Anderson who's not much of a 3-point shooter. So give us like something to work with. But outside of that, man, we are good to go. Going to simulate to the beginning of the regular season. Okay, guys, so we got the same starting 5 going into the beginning of the second season of this rebuild. John's now 9-2 overall. Dylan Brooks, oh, I'm sorry, that's D'Anthony Melton. No, he's a 79 overall, although he's playing like, damn, at least an 80 overall, if you ask me. So that 1 ring is not that big of a difference. Dylan's up to an 84 overall. Now we got Jaren Jackson, 88 overall. James Wiseman at 85 in his sophomore season. Then we got D-Rose getting about 30 minutes per game off the bench. It's going to be really interesting, man, because of course he could play in the backcourt with Ja Morant at times anyway. That would be so much fun to watch. We got Brandon Clark and we got Justice Winslow. I'm doing a very consolidated 8-man rotation. We got other guys here if needed. But like Anderson, I didn't really see the point of giving him a lot of minutes out there just because, well, for one, you can run things through Justice Winslow just like you can with Anderson, but also Derrick Rose is also a very ball-centric type of guard. So, yeah, it would have been more of a liability, I think, just to his lack of offense at times. But yeah, man, so we were a 51-win team last year. That was with Goran Dragic as our backup point guard. Our whole team is better now. I can see us being a mid-50 wins team. Hopefully we can get to those NBA finals and win a championship. Let's go ahead, guys, simulate this final season of this rebuild and see just how good this new look Grizzlies team can do. Okay, so a big time improvement, guys. I said mid-50s, 60-21. So we got 1 more game against, once again, the Portland Trail Blazers. Keep on finding their way to make their way into this video. Simulate through date and finish with a L on the season, of course. We got Luka as MVP this time. Jalen Johnson as Rookie of the Year. Cade Cunningham, 6-man in Milwaukee. What are y'all benching Cade for? Anthony Davis as Defensive Player. LaMelo Ball, Most Improved. And we got Jason Kidd, Coach of the Year here, guys. All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So Ja Morant making that. I think he was All-NBA second last year, wasn't he? He might have been All-NBA third. That's kind of like where I see him being at. I don't ever see him being like the #1 point guard in the NBA, but definitely always a top 5. So we are the first seed in the Western Conference. Let's go to the player stats on the season. We got Ja, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists. You love to see it. 23 and 6 for Jaren Jackson, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks. Nearly 1 steal for James Wiseman. Kind of making running a Defensive Player of the Year. Clark was great off the bench. We got D-Rose at 15 points and 5 assists. I still feel like the 89 overall is a little bit high of a rating for him, not going to lie. And I say that as a Piston fan, of course, but seems a little bit too high. But yeah, that's all we really need him to do this season for us as a 6-man. Dylan Brooks, 13 points, 3 rebounds per game. Looks like his numbers might be down a little bit. I think he played a few less minutes because, of course, we probably ran Derrick Rose out there a lot. No, they were actually pretty consistent. His 3-point shot got better. Overall efficiency got a little bit worse, but turnovers got better. So, okay, not really too much to complain about. D'Anthony Melton still continues to freaking shine. 8 points, 6 rebounds, about 7 to 8 assists per game. Winslow was still nice. So, yeah, there we have it, man. First round, Utah Jazz. Can we win this championship? Simulate rounds. See how this goes. Let's get him in. Hey, there we go. Got Utah. 4-0. Looking good out there. 32 for Ja, 20 for Jaren Jackson, 19-8 for James Wiseman, 17 for D-Rose. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks, who did knock out the Portland Trail Blazers, so don't got to deal with them anymore. Simulate round right here. And there we have it. Okay. I mean, maybe I would have preferred to deal with the Portland Trail Blazers. All right, man. So obviously, you know, we did not win the championship. Nor do I think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to... Damn, Bulls got it, though. Yo, they got Giannis on the Bulls? Nor do I think the Grizzlies are going to win a championship with the next 2 seasons. Anyway, like I said, the point of these videos is not always to win a championship, because then at that point you find yourself like overloading a roster to unrealistic expectations. The goal for me is always to be better in the end than when I started, and, you know, at least give you guys like a vision for what the team can be out there. If you ask me, I think this roster is totally realistic. I see the vision. I see this team, you know, with a 22-year-old John Morant, a 22-year-old Jaren Jackson Jr., a 20-year-old James Wiseman. Like, we got to the Western Conference Finals the last season. I mean, really, man, the sky's the limit for this team. So I do see them within the next few seasons competing for some championships. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully they can get a guy like James Wiseman. If not, they'll still be great regardless. But hope you guys did all enjoy this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.